one of the things that we hear about the new age, electronic age, is that it cuts down manpower. This is supposed to be more reliable. Not
Yes.
they don't come late to work or run away early from the end of the day or argue with you. They just sit there and work. So that's one big thing that this computerization did. But do you think that's actually going to knock a lot of people out of work?
I think it's definitely going to make people more productive, if not anything else. I'm not sure it's going to put people out of jobs yet. I think it's still a long way away. Offline retail is not going anywhere. Offline stores are not going anywhere.
High street is going to be high street. People will walk into stores.
People love going to high street. I mean, you go to a store, people look after you, ask you what you want.
Yeah, touch and feel.
That's never going to go away. The personal touch is never going to go away. It's just...
So this is pure convenience.
Yes, absolutely. For me personally, buying online is not really about buying it 20 rupees cheaper than offline, but it's really about getting more choice, getting more variety, and at the same time getting convenience of paying and getting it delivered home, because I don't have to find the store, then find the product, find a parking spot. There's so many problems that you face when you actually want to just buy a simple shirt, for example. Whereas I could do that and buy it online. And obviously all these online companies today have 30-day return policy, cash on delivery. So making it very, very easy for consumers to actually buy online. And that's what's driving a lot of the growth that's coming in e-commerce
But I also
today.
hear that while the shopping end of it is being looked after by companies like yours, the customers are facing a lot of problem because there's no longer a face to go and attack, yell, scream at,
Yes.
and threaten him by saying, you told me this and now, because it's some disembodied voice on a interactive voice system or something
Yes.
it just chases you from here to there and you just don't know.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of times there's no face to it, and that's why social media is actually playing a big role in letting consumers voice their queries, opinions, problems, suggestions, whatever it is.
Okay.
And a lot of the larger online players today have a very, very active social media where consumers pose problems as well. So they would give the order number and say, it's been 7 days, it's not delivered, what's happening?
Okay.
And there would be somebody who will immediately call you back or, revert back to you
So
with
it's
the
not
answer.
just enough to have these things in place. You have to have that other system to mollify the customer, the angry guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the challenge in online is twofold. One is you don't have a physical store, which means people can't see you just while they're walking down the road.
Okay.
You need to really reach out to them and make sure they find you online.
Okay.
And the second is you need to make them trust you. And that's some of the areas that you're discussing as well. That how do you really build that trust when you don't have a face, when you don't see them offline, you don't see them anywhere, but they're only online. So how do you really trust them? And that's some of the methods they're trying to use is obviously cash on delivery, the return policy, social media where you can actively engage with the
And even
store.
brand building so that people know that this is an online brand, but
Yes.
yet they are really there.
Reliable, yes, absolutely. And that's why a lot of the TV campaigns were done 3-4 years back, because they really had to establish that they're not here for the short run. They're here for the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Okay.
That's the kind of brand building they kind of initiated.
The offline store itself, or rather the online store, spent money establishing themselves,
That's
not
right.
the goods that they're selling.
Absolutely, it's the brand, and when just to quote Flipkart, because they are still one of the largest today.
Okay.
When they launched that television campaign, it was not really about buying a product. They were saying, we will make it easy for you, buy it from us, try it out, and you'll see the difference. And that's what they were really trying to push when they first
So
launched.
what do you think? They're successful?
I think it's still early days. It's the penetration.
When will that phrase stop? It's early days.
I think it'll still take about 3 to 4 years from now. I think the penetration today for internet itself is only about 12-13%. And for e-commerce itself, it'd probably be around 3 to 4%, which means most of India today still buys offline and mostly through cash. Now, there are obviously challenges with doing many of the transactions through cash and online. So that's some of the problems that are being tackled. And
So when you go looking for a new client,
Yes.
would you be looking at his product and then making a pitch on him saying that I think your product is suitable for selling online, maybe it's small or value-wise it's correct.
Yeah.
Are there some things which are not good for the net sales?
I think people are experimenting everything online. People are trying to sell cars online. People are trying to sell expensive...
Used cars, I can understand. To find a used car,
Yes.
you're looking for a particular model.
Exactly, used cars, even new cars. They're trying to sell houses online. So there's no dearth of ideas of what you can sell online.
Okay.
But Indian consumers today tend to spend on an average not more than 1,500 on a transaction. So
That's the limit that they
That's
will-
the average that people are spending today.
Okay.
I'm not talking about luxury goods. I'm talking about a normal Indian, what he spends online. The transaction size would usually not cross that money.
Okay.
right? So obviously there is a limit to what people are willing to spend and trust online today. So it's still 3-4 years away where people will be willing to spend. Like for instance, I bought a phone worth 40,000 rupees online about a month back, and it got delivered in 2 days. I was extremely happy because I didn't have to go to the
That's
store.
because you already made up your mind that that's the one I'm going to buy.
Absolutely.
So there's no need to.
Of course, and my discovery process wasn't necessarily going to 10 different stores and finding out the prices. I knew what I wanted and I knew the product, but for me it was, even though the online store was probably 150 rupees more expensive than the offline store, I said I don't want to take the effort to actually go there and buy it.
Oh, okay. All right. So there's one last bit, which is we're hearing so much of these accusations that the online sales masks real prices, and that what they're offering things to you because you get fooled into thinking, that's the latest, the lowest price. It actually isn't so. When you go, you'll check, you'll find something else. When we come back, find out something about that.